MBX Films back in the ring. Gonna open up a basic figure of Kane. Different attire here for my Kane collection. We'll talk about this figure and compare it to some other Kane figures that I have. So let's get it opened up. Pretty sure this is a Photoshop of his mask. Not sure why you would have to change where the stripes are, but that is a strange thing for the packaging. But let's just open it up. Wow. Yeah, just a basic figure, not elite here, but has some serious height, so he'll be comparable to other figures this way, whether they're elite or not. Quite the big hair here, so it can't go up and down, it's just the side to side, you know, the basic. Not sure why he has a Kane logo wristband. I kind of doubt he had that, but so he had this attire at that Summerslam in 2000. I think it's where he debuted this tank top kind of attire. He always had this full suit before, even if it was the inverted one or not, like this one. Had this and his other red and black attire. But you can see another Mattel is just as tall. What I did have before was the JAKKS brand of this attire. You can see he's just a bit shorter, not too much. Also just very different body shape with the JAKKS figures. But I will say for the JAKKS one, we have the mesh print in between, which is obviously larger looking here than the real mesh of his attire, but is kind of an extra detail compared to this one that's just a darker, but that is probably more accurate since it was such a fine mesh material that he actually wore. So I hate to do a full replacement with this one, but it is kind of what I was going for, switching to all Mattel to kind of swap this one out. But maybe I'll just kind of hang on to it because I do like collecting all the different Kane figures. It does have a nice head and everything with the eyes set in. It has extra details that the other one doesn't. But it has that JAKKS body that's just not proportioned with all my other Mattel stuff now. So I think some people were complaining the stripes on his mask are a little off. You can see typically he just has one coming down onto his mouth. Here it's just kind of missing, and then this one's even hitting the mouth also. Very strange how that occurred, but it's pretty close. It's just kind of funny in that match, he was actually pretty much unmasked by the Undertaker. They were supposed to have a match. They ended up just kind of having a fight, and the bell never got the ring. Undertaker pulled his mask off, and he had to kind of leave, trying to cover his face. But he did use this attire quite a bit. He went on to WrestleMania, I believe, and won the Hardcore Championship. Here's just a JAKKS Hardcore Championship that I had painted up, which I think looks pretty cool compared to the Mattel Hardcore titles I've seen. And of course I had the JAKKS figure of this attire at this time, but for my lineup I like to give the Hardcore title to this attire just because I like showing all the championships Kane won at the time. So see if I can get an extra Mattel Hardcore title for him, but until then I like my custom painted Hardcore title anyway. Especially since I can put WWF right on it myself. So not an elite, but for my little Kane lineup, it is going to work out here as an R3, and even an older JAKKS figure. Another one that actually has extra mesh detail that's pretty nice, even in the legs. Where he did invert this attire, and Mattel has since made a figure of this attire. And we can open that up in the next video, the Mattel version of this attire. So stick around and get subscribed, and give this a like if you kind of like seeing this Kane figure and just my thoughts on the attire and other Kane figures that I have. And eventually I have my Kane collection video to show as well. So either way, I'll see you in the next video.